So what do you think of this John Jones-Ciryl Gane fight?
Honestly, I think it's a tougher fight than Francis.
Really?
I do. I think that Ciryl Gane, his movement, his footwork, he's so good with his front leg. And for John Jones, remember when he came back from OSP, he looked so stiff.
Yeah.
And that was a time off and putting a lot of muscle on. He just looked like a slower version of himself. So now this time, it's a longer time off, and you're coming back with way more weight on, and you're going against one of like the faster heavyweights and the more smoother heavyweights instead of Ngannou, where he lands that hard punch. I could do it, but I could just shoot under that hard punch. And Ciryl Gane, you have to watch the kicks, watch the footwork, cut him off.
Yeah. The thing is that Ciryl Gane was out-grappled by Francis when Francis had a bad knee. Francis's knee was fucked up, and Francis out-grappled him and beat him handily with his grappling. I'm mad because I feel like we were deprived of one of the great fights in MMA, one of the most compelling fights in MMA. Does it mean I'm not interested in Ciryl Gane and John Jones? I'm very interested in that fight. For all the things you listed. Yeah. Also for Ciryl Gane's performance against Tai Tuivasa. It's like, God damn, Ciryl Gane. And Ciryl Gane does a lot of shit that's very unusual. Like, first of all, he stands totally sideways, and he does like a twisting kick with his front leg to throw a front kick. You know he does that?
Yeah.
Very weird.
Yeah.
Like, he stands totally sideways, and he like twists his leg in. He doesn't stick it up and stab it forward. He like twists it and go in. So for John, it's going to be, can John take him down? Can John, like, how does John perform at heavyweight? Can John close the distance? Is he as fast? What is the 3 years off like? Is he hungrier and even better because he's fired up and he, like, y'all must have forgot? He's got that mindset.
He usually does too, right? Remember, he was always that guy that would want to beat you at your own game. Oh, you're a wrestler, I'll wrestle you. You're a striker, I'll strike with you. Yeah. So if he comes out there thinking, Ciryl Gane, you're a smooth striker, I'll smooth you. I don't know.
It's also a first fight at heavyweight. We really don't know how he's going to respond when he gets hit by a big heavyweight. We don't know anything.
Yeah.
And it's years, and it's also John is older now, And
just that time off, honestly.
A lot of partying.
Yeah.
John parties. I don't know what he's been doing. Maybe he's been living clean over the last few years. I don't know.
I know. I saw him with Cejudo now, and maybe that Cejudo mindset will help him too. So
I like that. I like Cejudo's mindset, and I like that fight ready camp. I think what Henry brings to the table is very unique. His mindset is really incredible, and I talked to Mighty Mouse about it. I had Mighty Mouse on, and Demetrius was saying that like he's so meticulous in his training and how he prepares and plans for things.
Yeah,
like everything is like very, very focused.
I was Dan Ige. He was telling me how he went down there and he's like, I never talked to anybody with kind of like the war mindset as him. It's like he sees it as like a chess match. He breaks it down in that type of way. It's not like, oh, let's just go out there, see red, whatever happens, happens. He's like, no, he does this, this, and this. Even with I had breakfast with him once before the Sean Brady fight, and he was like, let's watch a little tape on him. Let me look up what he does. And just like watching one tape of Sean Brady, he goes, oh, well, he stands like this. I think you should do this. This low kick will be perfect right here. But just seeing how he breaks down, how he talks to people, it just tells me that being a coach and being at his gym, he'll get deeper and deeper and deeper into those little aspects of the fight that a lot of people don't really care about or look at. I know a lot of fighters that they'll never even watch tape of somebody they're going to fight. They're just going there with the mindset of, if I'm in shape and I'm on my bus, I'm going to win.
Yeah, I think he's one of the great coaches out there. I think Firas Zahabi's probably, he's one of my all-time favorites, if not my favorite. But I think there's just a few guys like that, like Henry Cejudo, that are just like, they're next-level coaches. They just have this mindset.
That's the most important thing. I feel like it's not all about toughness. And I've had coaches that are telling me like, oh, well, this guy never fought before. Why are you going to think that he's a good coach? But you don't need to be a fighter or that. Some people are just better at understanding and breaking down fights in general than having to go in there and fight.
Is John in Phoenix now? Is he training down there?
He was. I know he was down there. He said he was down there for visiting.
Because he was with Jackson Winklejohn. Yeah. They had a falling out, so he left. And then
I think he was doing stuff out of his garage, but then now he was down with Cejudo training down there with them now too. I'm not sure if he's doing his full camp there, but I know he was doing some stuff there.
One thing he's done right is put that weight on slowly.
Yeah.
That's the one thing he's done right, because he's got accustomed to being 255 pounds and walking around real big and heavy. And he looks real big and heavy. He looks like a heavyweight. He doesn't look like a light heavyweight that gained weight. Yeah. He looks like a fucking heavyweight.
And I'm wondering who he's sparring with. Because, you know, there's this being in the gym and being who you are, John Jones, you know, there's people like want to see how he is, and a million people are trying to get an inside scoop of, oh, how does he look? How does he look? And we really haven't heard anything like that from any of the little birds on somebody's shoulder or something like that. So I'm wondering if he's actually sparring with anybody, training with anybody, or if he just has that much loyal teammates that are not going to say a word about it until he wants to.
I don't know. It's a good question, because if he's going to fight a guy like Ciryl Gane, he really wants to get some movement, some really top flight kickboxers. So, like, who does he have that he can work with like that? You know, you really want... Ciryl is so good at mixing up the kicks and the knees and the punches and the combinations, and he's so light, like the way he stands on the outside. Like, if you're gonna compete against like a guy like that, you got to get some similar looks. And how many similar looks are there out there for a guy that's 245 pounds
that can move like that?
That moves like Ciryl.
Yeah, there's not a lot.
Yeah, interesting fight. But here's the problem. Let's say John beats Ciryl Gane, okay? And then John fights Stipe, and John beats Stipe. Then what? So if John gets a few fights at heavyweight, if he gets Ciryl Gane, if he beats him, that's an if. And then if he beats Stipe Miocic, that's another if. And then he fights Sergey.